Why splurge your money on marketing activities that entail a lot of costs when you can do simple things that can help you promote your book for no cost at all? Hello, Legacy Inkers! I'm your book coach, Ayo Gutierrez, and today we're going to talk about some things or ways that you can do to promote your book for no cost at all, no money involved. Are you excited? Okay, let's go ahead and talk about these ways. Number one, you have to leverage the power of social media. Since it is practically free unless you subscribe for ads, what you can do is right away, even before you launch your first book, you create your author page on Facebook. Not the regular one. Why? It's because on having an author page, you will now have this exclusive, this sole purpose of dedicating that page only for building a reader's base, okay? Because if you're gonna mix that with your personal account on Facebook, then people get confused about what you do and they easily get toppled down by new or recent posts. If you are going to strategize this properly, all they see is what you do as an author. You talk about writing, you talk about publishing, editing, or whatever you do. You have an author page, it's for free. So go ahead today, create your author page on Facebook, okay? Number two that you can do is TikTok your way. We have seen a new generation of marketing with people who made it really big on TikTok. You know, my friends on TikTok, what they do is they talk about writing tips, you know, steps 1, 2, 3, and they talk about their insights, they talk about what their book is all about, and they use the proper hashtags. And one example of that is my friend from Wilding Publishing, Abigail Wild. You can follow her. You can also follow me on TikTok, Ayo Gutierrez. So it's easy, it's fun, and at the same time, you don't have to spend money on doing that. But at the same time, you're building your brand as an author, okay? Number 3 is guest blog posts. This is the time for you to network, collaborate with other writers. I do this a lot, you know. One of the things that you can do with these blog posts is also you are incorporating SEO there. So when they look for or search for these keywords and they're gonna land on your book because your book contains those keywords, then you are likely to be seen more. That's what you want to do. You want to be appearing. You want to be ubiquitous in terms of your presence elsewhere, okay? So guest blog posts can help you do that, and at the same time, it can also help you practice more in your writing, okay? Number four is podcast interviews, or you do your own podcasts. I remember I have a friend from Canada, Daryl Bars, who is also one of my editors, edited my Chiaroscuro book, okay, of poetry. Daryl invited me several times on his show, and it has helped me a lot. And recently I appeared also in one of those in Italy, and it's helping me as I promote my books, and I also promote my other authors of GMJ Publishing, okay? So podcast is one thing that is emerging today, and there's a lot of things that you can do. You can really learn how you're gonna do it. You just have to have the right equipment, but not really that sophisticated. You can start something small, but what's important is that you really talk about what your book is all about. You can have guests. You can even have some sponsors plugged in there so that you can continue. It's pretty much like a show, you know, radio, that show that you can do, getting sponsors and you know, collaborating with other people that are can contribute to what you're doing as you promote your books, okay? Number 5 is create your YouTube channel. How can we emphasize this more? You know, how people are really maximizing this platform, because in no time, when you have reached 1,000 subscribers, you have reached the number of hours hours intended for you to start monetizing your channel, then it can be a double thing, a double blessing for you. First, you get the exposure where you can freely express your ideas and you can freely promote your book, and at the same time, you get paid now for being there on YouTube monetizing your content already. So I have some friends also into this, and it's good to earn as well from YouTube. Okay. Another one is number 6. Okay, join FB groups. But don't join just any group. I'm talking about if you are a writer, if you're an author, join the writing groups. Okay? Because how can you, unless you're joining a group that is related to your content. So if you wrote a book about gardening, and of course, definitely you would want to join groups that talk about gardening. And one thing, you're a mother, talk about motherhood. So you have a book about motherhood, so you go to those kind of groups. Why? Because when you start engaging and sharing your content, and if there will be rules in the group that you can share on this specific days that you can post or promote your books there, drop the links, then it's not awkward for people to see that they're in this industry, and then suddenly you're dropping a link that's totally out of the interests of that community. Then that's really awkward. You can be banned, or you can be blacklisted if you keep doing that, which is violating the group. Okay, so start doing that. However, and I need to give you a warning, because it's also a time waster if you spend too much time networking, socializing, engaging with fellow writers who are not going to write your books. Unless you're targeting specific people that you will want to collaborate in the future, go ahead and do that. But if you're just there and just brushing up shoulders with other people there, talk about nonsense, and you're just wasting your time. Instead, use that time to really target those groups that may have great impact on what you do when you market or promote your books. Okay? Then number 7, go for a book tour. Yeah, you can do that. You don't need an agent. You don't need a third party here for you to organize a book tour. Here's what I did when I first published my poetry book, Bards from the Far East, about 4 years ago, I think, in Pampanga. So what I did was, I have my books printed automatically, and then I started my book tours. My first stop was at City Library, and up to this day, that book is still there, okay? And I'm so happy that, because they love, if you don't know it, they love promoting authors from their own land. So it's a pride to a specific city to know that there are writers there that exist, and as much as they find out there are also artists in other professions, but writers, of course, go to the library, and then you can find that's the place to be. So go there, and you can also visit some very influential people in your city. That's what I did. So I gave a book to the mayor, I gave the book to the barangay captain, to other personalities, and people who might have really a good network, and those who might be interested in what I do. It can be a school tour if you are like my author, Ma'am Rodora Napud. She's a retired superintendent, and therefore she had a book tour and gave books away to different schools in Iloilo. Okay, so one of the things that you can do is that all you need to do are your books, and then off you go, start networking with people, and it's gonna be fun. When they learn about that you have a book, I tell you, the feeling is so different, and you will be more motivated to talk about your book. Okay, that's how you're gonna practice yourself as well, because if you're an author, you are also expected to talk. You don't hide behind a curtain. You go out there. I understand, some are introverts, but if you can really develop that platform skill when you talk to people and present yourself, all the more that it can contribute to the promotion of your book, therefore leading to sales. You know that. Next is number 8, have a mailing list. Okay, mailing list meaning to say those people who have opted in to subscribe to your email list if you have a website, or simply put, if you don't have it yet, you can just go to your email lists, okay, whether in Gmail or Yahoo, and other different email, okay, lists that you can get them from. So long as you'll be doing it the right way, no spamming, making sure that there is no misleading subject line, and you don't plagiarize your content when it comes to creating your ad copy of the book. It's not like you saw someone wrote a book and then you copy the ad exactly, just replacing the title. No, you're gonna get caught for doing that. So email list, as you try or start building, it takes time for you to build a mailing list, I tell you. But what's important is that it's not really the number, having 5,000, 10,000. What you want is to have a solid list of those people who are buyers, not just subscribers to your email listing, okay? And next is number 9, which I do because it's free and the scope is international. You have a book. What do you do now? Okay? Hold a virtual book launch, a grand virtual book launch. That's what we do here at GMJ Publishing. That's what I do for my books. I prepare myself, put on a makeup, put on a dress, tell people about this event, get that on calendar and Facebook, create an event, and have people signify their interest, saying that they can come. And then at the set date, you go out live there, you talk about your books, you talk about how they can relate to people, and at the same time, you can invite guests. That's what I do. I have some friends who are influencers, some are people who can have a big impact or influence that they can help you promote the book. So a virtual book launch goes a long way because now it's there on social media. It's just there, whether you live stream it on YouTube or on Facebook, the same thing. It's just there. People can just visit anytime, and now you have the raw video that you can download. And what you can do is, take bits and pieces of that, maybe use that for your content, not the entire thing, but, you can cut the video, put that on YouTube. You have another material now for your YouTube content, okay? And then lastly, number 10 is, since you're building yourself as an author, you want a platform that can help you establish that author brand or author name. So you go ahead and subscribe to Goodreads. That's where people, authors, writers, readers come together to network. And if you get an author status on Goodreads, then when people search on, even if you search for your name on Google, it will appear as an author already. So it takes some steps for you to do that. But first of all, you need to have a book for you to start the process of getting that author status. That's what you want to achieve, okay? So, aside from Goodreads, Amazon Author Central, where you will be creating your bio as an author, put your books there, claim your books, and people who will be networking with you there as well can see that these are your works. And, it's a good representation of who you are. Now, I haven't said a lot in terms of the social media, but because I don't want to tell you that you should be on all the social media platforms, I think having just 1, 2 to 3 will work best for you because you need time to populate your social media with the relevant content pertaining to your book. So, you can choose LinkedIn and TikTok, or you can just choose Instagram or Facebook. It's up to you really what works for you. So if you want to try and test the waters, go ahead. Now, as you can see, my fellow legacy inkers, these are some of the simple and no cost, no budget ways for you to promote your book. And that's how you're going to build yourself as an author, okay? An authorpreneur as well, okay? Because I believe that having a book, this one book is not just one product. No, one book spells business, and it comes with multiple income streams. And as I go on in this career, marking my 4th year already, a lot of ways how I can build myself, and exactly what I'm doing today. I was able to build a publishing company. I was able to I'm now creating online courses on writing, things that I haven't thought of before. Blessings or good things will unfold as you continue to seriously build yourself as a writer and as an author. So with that, Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you have some questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section. And I'll see you in the next video.